Hi, Tommy. How are you doing today?
I'm doing okay.
So, I know you called us at an appointment and we kind of talked about the situation. And I know DCS has kind of filled me in on some of it as well, about how your daughter has been temporarily placed in your mother's custody.
Yeah.
You want to tell me a little bit about that, about how that happened?
Yeah. Well, last week, DCS came over to my house, and just said, we're taking your daughter, and, we argued for a while, and I told them, no, they can't take my daughter, and they threatened to call the police and get the police involved, and, so, I had no choice. I had to give my daughter. But yeah, that's pretty much what happened. Now, like you said, she's living with my mom, which I guess that's good. If she's gonna be anywhere else, I guess it's good she's with my mom.
So it's a frustrating situation to be in, but it's also a relief that she's with your mother.
Yeah, it's definitely frustrating. He just showed up on my doorstep and took my daughter, some stranger, and then threatened to have me arrested if I wouldn't let him in my house to take my daughter. So yeah, I'm really angry about that.
Yeah.
But there's nothing I could have done, and but yeah, she is with my mom. So
Yeah, it's difficult to not have any control over the situation, especially when it involves your child.
yeah, I'd do anything for my little girl. And something like that. Them just showing up and some stranger taking my daughter away. I don't see how that helps my daughter.
What prompted DCS to come out to the house?
Well, they said that my daughter's missed way too much school, and she's late a lot to school, and so I guess someone from the school called and told them she'd been late and missing a lot of school, and they also said that my drug use had a lot to do with it too.
So issues with school attendance and drug use are the reason that DCS was there in the first place to take her.
Yeah.
How do you feel about those accusations?
Well, I guess, they have a point. She has missed a lot of school, my daughter. And she has been late a lot. I want her to go to school. It's not that I don't want her to get a good education. I definitely do. I want my daughter to have everything, that I don't have. I want her to be able to have an amazing life when she's done with school. And I know that getting a really good education has a lot to do with that. I want her to have options and opportunities afterwards. And then, I guess as far as the drug accusation, I do use drugs every now and then. But I don't think it really affects me, as far as being a good father. I don't think that has anything to do with my ability to parent my daughter.
Being a good father, that's important to you.
Yeah, it's everything to me. And that's what gets me up in the morning.
Yeah, the reason for living.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd do anything I could for my daughter.
So you said that you were using drugs a few times a week?
Yeah, sometimes, I use probably at least once a day.
Once a day? Okay.
Yeah.
And do you feel that affects your ability to be a father? Or your fatherly roles?
Maybe occasionally. It doesn't affect the way I feel about my daughter. I love her to
yeah.
death. do anything for her. I protect her. I, provide for her. Occasionally, yeah, I'll be passed out on the couch and forget to get her over to school on time.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, she doesn't go at all. So yeah, I guess it does kind of affect that.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like it kind of hurts you that you've had those situations happen before.
Yeah, it doesn't, I'm not proud of it.
Mm-hmm.
Not proud of the fact that sometimes I can't get my daughter to school, especially because I know that she needs to be there. And I'm not proud of the fact that she, sees me passed out on the couch sometimes and she can't get me up.
Mm-hmm. Education is something that's important to you. You want her to have a good future, make a good life for herself.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Is that how you feel with your job situation, that you've been able to do that?
No. Currently I'm unemployed. I got fired a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
I got fired from a job that I didn't really care for either. And because they did a random drug test and I failed it. And I guess over the last few years I've had a little trouble with keeping jobs. I've had several jobs. Been fired from a couple of them, for being late a lot, or a couple of them have done drug tests that I failed.
Mm-hmm. So you're frustrated about your job situation.
Yeah, it's hard not getting to, not having a job that I'm proud of at times, and then also, not having a job. It gets pretty stressful. Just trying to provide for my daughter and make sure she has school supplies and food and clothes and everything. It definitely makes it hard.
And you're a single parent, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're kind of pulling double duty with your daughter as well.
Yeah, I'm all she has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel more pressure on you to do that?
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure. Because before my daughter is, just me. I just had to worry about myself, which, was nothing. I knew I could make it. But now I have a 6-year-old girl who I'm crazy about, that I have to provide for and want to. I want to make sure she has everything she needs and everything she wants. And I guess it's hard because there's times where I can't give her that.
Yeah. And it's frustrating and difficult when you're not able to take care of your daughter the way you want to.
Yeah, it's definitely hard.
Do you feel that your drug use is a problem?
I don't really see it as that big of a problem. Yeah, I know at times it causes, some problems with work, and I getting my daughter to school.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not like running around on the streets, looking for crack 24/7.
Yeah.
I may use every day, but it's not like I'm always high and always looking for drugs. It doesn't consume my entire life.
So you feel that you are not measuring up fully to your parents' duties with your daughter. You're not able to fully take care of her the way you would like. And at the same time, though, you're not running around the streets bringing drug dealers home to further hurt her.
Yeah, I mean, man, yeah, I mess up a lot. I make mistakes, like everybody does. But I mean, yeah, I could be doing a lot worse stuff than I am doing. I mean, I could just leave.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter would have nobody. I mean, but I would never do that. So I mean, I could definitely be doing a lot worse than what I'm doing right now.
Mm-hmm. So, would you want to improve your parenting skills? It seems to be really important to you.
I mean, yeah. I mean, there's definitely areas that I could improve on. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What areas would those be?
I mean, obviously, making sure she's at school when she needs to be, and getting the education that she needs. And then, I mean, there's been times where I've been, passed out on the couch, and she's at home, and it's just us two, and she could have wandered out of the house.
You feel guilty about those situations?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if something happened to her, I wouldn't be able to forgive myself. If she wandered out of the house and was kidnapped or hurt because I was passed on the couch. Yeah.
You don't want those situations to happen anymore?
No. Yeah. I don't want to put her in that position.
What can you do to not do that anymore?
I mean, yeah, I guess it would be not using anymore, but I don't know. I guess part of me feels like not using might make me a worse father because I just constantly feel so much pressure and stress just trying to provide for her and make sure she has everything she needs, and then I'll use a little cocaine and I don't feel that stress or that pressure when I'm high.
You feel like maybe quitting drugs would help you, and at the same time the drugs relieves the stress and the pressure you get from everyday life.
Yeah, I have a lot of just stuff like the job situation and like I said, providing for my daughter, and it just gets hard, and that the drugs just give me a break. And part of me scared that if I don't have that break, I'm going to constantly be stressed, constantly getting angry and upset. If it's just me and my daughter, at home, who am I going to take it out on?
You're afraid that without the drugs, that your parenting may be worse.
Yeah, a part of me does feel like that. Yeah.
So, on one hand, you have the worst, but what about the other thing for the better?
Well, I guess if I did decide that quitting drugs was the best thing to do, then I'd probably, my daughter wouldn't miss as much school.
It's important to you.
Yeah, that's really important. And also, there's times when I've been passed out on the couch, I wouldn't have to feel that guilt I feel afterwards, knowing that something could have happened, and I wouldn't have been able to have stopped it. And then, the job situation, I'd probably be able to, at least keep a job. Might not be the job that I want, but at least be able to keep it, and that would help a lot. Just far as, making sure my daughter and I have a place to sleep and have clothes and food, so I wouldn't really have to worry about that as much.
Mm-hmm. You talk about your job. I sense a lot of frustration.
Yeah, I mean, just all the jobs I've had lately have just been jobs I don't really want, and really jobs I'm not really proud of.
Mm-hmm. What is a job you would be proud of?
I mean, I'd like to be a mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've always kind of liked cars and working on them, and I think that'd be something that, I'd probably enjoy doing and probably be good at too.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's something that my daughter would probably be more proud of me for doing something like that.
Are there any barriers to getting that job?
I guess I worked at a gas station. It was also like a mechanic shop.
Mm-hmm.
For a while, I wasn't really a mechanic, but I failed a drug test there, so I got fired from there. I know a lot about being a mechanic, and I know a lot about cars, and could take apart most any car and put it back together. So I feel like it's something I could definitely do.
So the drugs are also a barrier to obtaining your dream job.
Yeah, I guess they've made it a little more difficult for me getting that job.
Do you feel that without the drugs, you would be able to obtain the job you want, the mechanic position?
It probably wouldn't hurt. Yeah, I guess it would probably help help me be able to do that if I quit, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, we kind of covered a lot from reasons that quitting might not be good for you, such as handling everyday stress, and reasons that it might be good for you, such as being able to better take care of your daughter, some of the responsibilities, and as far as reaching your dream goal of being a mechanic. How are you feeling about this? This is kind of a big decision. Where is your thoughts right now? Where do you feel you're at on that?
I guess I'm kind of feeling a little bit of anxiety about it. I've been using drugs kind of as a way to escape for a long time, and not having that escape, kind of scares me.
Mm-hmm. So you're feeling a little fear and anxiety about the loss of the drug.
Yeah. Like I said, I've been doing it for a long time. I started when I was like a freshman in high school, my friends, and I use it as an escape then. And, that's just kind of how I've dealt with stresses and hard things that come and go in my life.
You're worried about how you're going to deal with them now if the drugs are gone.
Yeah, I don't want to, stop using drugs and get my daughter back, but then be stressed out and under constant pressure all the time and yell at my daughter and get mad at her all the time.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm using drugs, I know I've probably put her in situations that she shouldn't have been in, but at the same time, when I'm not on drugs, I'm a really good father.
Mm-hmm. You feel like you're a good father. You doing okay?
Yeah, you're awesome.